Today's spookerific review, we're going to be looking at the Kidrobot Dark Harbor vinyl minifigure series. And yes, we are going to be having a look at an entire case as well. The case consists of 4 across, 4 this way I should say, 3 across, that's 12 times 2. That gives you a total of 24. So it's going to make for a bit of a longer spooky video if you guys want to sit down with some Munchables. Even candy corn. Does anybody really eat candy corn? Is that always just something that we put out as decoration? But it's only more for show than it is to actually ingest. Let me know down below in the comment section if you actually like candy corn. I actually don't mind candy corn after that whole big talk about it. We're going to, like I said, go through an entire case of these. And just to show you the individual boxes. This comes to us, by the way, also from Kathie, Olivas, and Brandt Peters. The Dark Harbor vinyl minifigure series. Collect them all. I'm going to show you some of the artwork here on the side. I love this artwork, by the way. It reminds me of like vintage cartoons. And here are some of the characters. All the characters featured here on the back. Once again, so thankful that Kidrobot actually puts the name on them. I don't understand why some companies who put out vinyl figures choose not to put the names of the characters on the back of the box. Anyways, I do think that some of these are really going to be quite good. I'm really looking forward to Dread Pirate, although he's 1 of 96. So the chances seem pretty slim. There's also a Deep Sea Monster is 1 of 48. There's an Oliver. Well, you'll see more of these as we open these up. You know, to do things a little bit different this time around, I'm going to grab Old Red, just simply because, well, she doesn't seem to make too many appearances in these reviews. We're going to open up the first one. Just one last time showing you guys the box here, because we're not going to do this every single time. That would be monotonous. We don't want monotony here on this channel. If you are also curious, I am battling a bit of a cold. It snuck up on me. I wasn't expecting it. Despite living in a bubble, I thought I would be impervious to getting cold, but no, colds are still something that happens. I'm going to tear off the foil for the first one. And let's see who we got in here. I don't know if all of them are going to come included with accessories, but we'll certainly see here. This one comes with like a little lantern. Oh, that's a cute little lantern. Look at this. Oh, it's got an eyeball on it. A bleeding eyeball. Lovely. We can go ahead and put this into the skeleton's hands. Just pry the plastic very carefully away. I want to be able to fit the handle in there. Already I'm running into a there we go. Running into a problem. I don't know what this guy's name. Let's have a look at it. Look at it on the back here. His name is Constable Graves. A fitting name, if you ask me, for this skeleton here. He's made of a very softer plastic. Ghoulish-looking face. Little star there on the top of his hat. The hat isn't removable. Doesn't seem like he's got any posability to speak of, but I do like the fact that you can see almost straight through his body. I know I was a bit exaggerating there when I said that. Constable Graves, I salute you, sir. I'm going to put you down right over here. And we're going to grab the next one, and we're going to continue to proceed until we have finished off all 24 boxes. So we're going to be here for a while. So, how have you guys been? Everybody been keeping well? Everybody getting ready for the Halloween season? I started watching Halloween movies way into September. Well, that's not true. Near late September, I started kind of getting into Halloween movies. I always feel like I don't want to start Halloween watching until, well, I don't want to start in October. I feel like that doesn't give me nearly enough time. Let me know down also in the comments section. I'm going to be asking you guys probably lots of questions in this video. When do you guys start your Halloween watching movies? I know some of you start like really, really early in September. Believe you me, I would have loved to have been able to start early September, but that never happened. Kind of late September is when I started watching things. I don't think I'm going to be able to check off all those boxes. Last year I was really good. I actually checked off, I think, all of the Halloweens except for Halloween 2 from Rob Zombie, and I don't really think I was missing much. While we were doing that, while I was talking away, we got another Constable Graves. Again, I'll put you right over there, sir. Grab the next box. And I certainly think when it comes to these Kidrobot collectible vinyls like this, really, you could put these out every year for Halloween. Decorate maybe the mantle, your shelf. Put them even in your locker at school as well. Just checking to see if this one has any accessories. Hello? Hello? Any accessories in there? No. We've got a turtle, but his body seems to be made up of a casket, which on the back notably says 1789. His name is Salem Coffinback. Salem Coffinback. Good name. I like the name so far that they've chosen. Does this guy have any posability? Let's have a look here. Doesn't seem like you can move his arms. Doesn't seem like you can move his legs. Doesn't seem either that you can move his head. So he's basically faux show. Does he have barnacles? Are those barnacles on the back of his top hat? Really interesting looking design character. You can put him along with Constable Graves. Saluting you, sir, still. Let's open up the next box. If by the time you guys have started watching this video, you're, say, I don't know, several movies into Halloween, let me know what movies also you guys have been watching. I've already watched Trick or Treat. I almost feel like I want to watch Trick or Treat, the original 80s one, the Rockstar one, and then I wanted to watch Trick or Treats, the really bad, dismal one about the babysitter. And then, of course, there's Trick or Treat. How do you keep track of all these Trick or Treats? You barely can. You barely can. I love, I must say, her umbrella that she's got here. Oh, careful. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I shouldn't have twisted that. Let's have a look on the back here. She is 2 of 24, so I'm sure we're going to cross paths again. I will learn my lesson well the next time I grab this one. I wanted to see if I could twirl her parasol. Don't twirl her parasol, whatever you do. Oh, that's a bummer right there. You can see where that broke right off. The very, very thin plastic that connected the two. I like her face. I would have liked more so the rest of the figure if I hadn't gone ahead and broken it. Oh, Butterfingers here. And I guess while it's already off, let's look at the parasol. It kind of looks like an ooey gooey jellyfish. That's what a jellyfish apparently sounds like. Oh, fiddlesticks. Broke that right off. Well, I'm going to see if I can maybe patch that one up, glue her back up, or I'm sure I'm probably going to cross paths with her again because she's 2 of 24. Just going to put her over there. Be careful. That's the thing I've now just learned about these. And just looking on the back here, I don't think I'm going to come across that problem again because, again, when you look at her arms are very spindly. 2 of 24. Let's hope we cross paths with her again. Yes, I think the likelihood of me being able to get all the Halloween specials and movies this year in are probably slim to none. It's just not going to happen. I like to promise myself that it could, but then when I'm doing like the math in my head, I mean, we're kind of like the beginning of October right now, depending on when I post this video. And I really only watch movies on the weekends for the most part because, well, during the week, I'll be coming home so late from work and, of course, putting the little kidlin to bed. There just really isn't any time. So weekend watching is usually when I watch my movies, and then of course if I'm doing the math, carry the 4. Yeah, there's only a couple of weekends where I can actually get in all the movies. So slim to none, my friend, this year. Be very, very careful not to twist this. Don't do that. Don't do it again, Butterfingers. No way. You can kind of see though, very thin of a hand that is. Just barely holding on to it. Gonna put her down. The parasol works. Actually, it works to stabilize the figure, too. So me breaking that off did 2 things. It made me sad, for starters. It also made her unable to stand. Let's open up the next one here. I also really would like to get Commodore Skullington, just for the name alone. There's 3 of them. There's 3 and 48 of them. Heavy Footer also would be a nice one. I'm liking this lineup. By the way, this line of Dark Harbor figures may still be available over on Kidrobot's website. I picked this up a while ago, actually. I even feel like it was either the year before or the year before that. That's how long I've had these. And I kept saying to myself, I'm going to keep these for a spookerific review. And I'd like to think I've lived up to that rather nicely doing it this year. Didn't do it last year. Last year, I think we did other Kidrobot collectibles. Feel free to check those videos out. And feel free as well. If you want to marathon these spooky spots, go back and watch all of them. There's a lot of them. Certainly you can do that as well. Just, sorry, while I was talking away, I was just making sure that there was nothing else inside. Hello? Okay, I think we're good. The next one we have is an octopus who seems to have one slightly different tentacle. Right there. I almost feel like he can glow in the dark as well. Does he have a bow tie? He does have a bow tie. How awesome is that? This is how do you pronounce that? Automopolis? Automatopulus. Okay, somebody could probably do that better than me. Again, no posability on this one. This one actually does have branding on the inside. Kidrobot and KOBP. A little more simple, but still rather effective. Put them over here with the rest of them. They sort of keep to the same color scheme. Again, we're going to put the two together so you can kind of see that same type of blue, that same type of red. I would even dare say that they're like the colors of ices. Remember those ices? I think they're still around. There was cherry, and then there was blue raspberry. Or if you felt daring enough at a movie theater, you could get both. And they sort of, I think they squirted one side cherry, then one side blue raspberry, that by the time you're, of course, drinking it, they're all going to get mixed together anyways, and it's going to get this really gross-looking purple. Let's open up the next box. Oh, I didn't even need a knife for that one either. I'm getting a little bit better, I must say, with opening these. Opening up the next one. And I think we have ourselves another turtle. Going back, again, this is Salem Coffinback. Salem Coffinback. We got more than one of these. Which, to be fair, really also, I mean, he's 2 of 24. So I think we've now met the quota for, again, Salem Coffinback. Why am I having such a tough time with these names? Nice looking turtle. We can put him over there. We have almost cleared off the top deck. And then from there, we're going to go down to the captain's mess. Well, if it's the captain's mess, let him clean it up. It's a joke from Bugs Bunny. Again, I really want to refrain from asking you guys all these questions during this video because it'd be kind of hard to keep track of everything. I guess if you wanted to, you can put your answers in down below. What I was going to say is, outside of regular Halloween movies, what kind of Halloween specials do you guys like watching? A couple of my personal favorites are Garfield's Halloween, not Christmas, Garfield's Halloween. And I also like Witch's Night Out. That's a regular for me in my household, so I'm going to try to make sure if I can get that in there. One year I watched The Boogity Man. Anybody remembers The Boogity Man? I just dropped something on the floor. Boogity Man was like a, I don't know what I would describe it. It was like one of those Sunday night Disney movies. Got myself a sale here. I'm going to have to go pick up that other thing. Like a Disney night movie. It had like the Boogeyman in it. It hasn't aged well. Let me just say, if you've ever watched The Boogity Man and The Bride of Boogity, I think Bride of Boogity is even worse than Boogity Man. But it still has its charm. It still has its nostalgia. And something at least I watched last year. Sorry, I had to go excuse myself. I just wanted to go and pick this up. No, I didn't have to go to the bathroom. I excused myself to go pick this up. We're going to put this right in here. It kind of looks like a squishy machine, doesn't it? What does it say on the top there? It says number 7. And then from there, we can take this little chap. He seems like he's pouting a bit. I don't know why he's so sad. I mean, it's Halloween. It's like the best time of the entire year. I love Halloween. I like Halloween, I think, even more than Christmas. I'm going to just put him down on the front here. He's a sailor boy, sailing the 7 seas. I don't know how far he's going to travel with such a small boat, but at least he has like a little... I don't know, what is that? Is that an ice crushing machine? Is that like a snow cone making machine? Man, I haven't had a snow cone in like forever. I had, when I was younger, a Snoopy snow cone machine. And then, to my luck, I found out that a store was selling like a reissue of it. I picked it up and it still is in the same box. I've yet to use it. One of these days, I say to myself. This guy's name, this chap's name, by the way, is Lord Strange, Pull Cart, and Specimen. Oh, it's not a snow cone machine. It's a specimen. Don't be getting a cup over there. You're going to be getting more than just a slushie. We'll put him over here. Does he roll, by the way? No, he doesn't. Doesn't have rolling wheels. And we're going to push forward here again, cutting the next flap open. I have got myself several questions this year as to whether I was going to be doing spooky spots, and it's one of those things where every single year I try to at least make spookerific videos happen. Because I feel like by now, this is kind of the thing, the tradition that you guys look forward to seeing here on this channel. Spookerific videos. Now, of course, we do spookerific videos all year round as well, but there's something special. I don't know. It could be just the intro as well, but there's something special, I feel, about doing it during the month of October, or as what we call Spottober. Should put that on a t-shirt one day. We got ourselves another octopus, by the way. This is oh god, it was the name again I couldn't pronounce. Automatopoulos. We're gonna run with that. I hope it's right. It's close enough. It's close enough. Gonna put him right over there as well. We got a couple of doubles, no triples so far. So far, I say. I've distracted myself from starting my next train of thought. This feels like it's got a little bit of weight going to it. I'm going to open this one up and see what it is. Maybe it's going to be a little bit of a heavier one. I don't know really what other would be heavier. Commodore Skullington, maybe. Jonah Tempest. Those look like they're going to be fun ones, too. The only thing I would say is a critique about these. Maybe I'll open this one first, and then I'll go back to saying what I was going to say. Once again, we have to find, there's a little, I don't know if you guys could see it, there's a little tab right there. That's what I've been hooking on this whole time, grabbing onto that and ripping it across. And again, this one, oh, it's the same one as we got before. The one with the very long name. Lord Strange, Pull Cart, and Specimen. Well, maybe what we'll do is we'll keep him still in the baggie, short of the fact that he's going to be roaming, still pouting. Why are you so pouting, pouty man? Pouty face. I'm going to put him right over there. Just because we've already, we've already opened him. Let's grab the next one here. Did I already say that this is a slightly older set? I'm sure I did. But one thing I should also say as well, if you guys are looking to pick up the set, it might still be available over on Kidrobot's shop site. Maybe I'll provide the link down below if you guys are looking to pick these up for yourself. As we open then the next one, at least we did get something new. Again, checking the bag, making sure I'm not discarding any accessories along the way. Oh, this one's... it's rather interesting. We had a debate once, I think, here on the Premier chats. Feel free, by the way, every once in a while, if you guys want to come on board the chats. Would you prefer to have a mermaid with the tail, or the bottom half of a mermaid, or the head of a mermaid, a head of a fish? I think most people generally would probably go with the tail of the fish. I don't know. There's some sickos out there that would prefer to have a fish head. I'm not going to judge. This one seems to have like a little purse. I don't know if it's a purse, like a little... kind of almost looks like a kettle. And I'm having the most difficult of times trying to actually open this up. There we go. And I guess it just drapes over her hand like this. It looks like, it's a pot. It's got a hole in the top. What it actually holds, I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. This one here is Sadie. That's a simple enough name. Actually, that's the thing I was going to talk about. One of the things I've noticed about these figures, though, is that they don't have as much black coloring to them to really define their features. Again, I'm going back to Constable Graves here as the example to the rule. I'm going to just put down Sadie here for a second. I'm going to grab Constable. Just pick him up here. He's missing some of the features. I guess a lot of it is like the panel lining here on his hat. Some of the details on his body aren't as defined. It would have been nice, actually, if they could have gone in there and panel lined these a little bit more than just relying solely on the sculpt. I mean, the sculpt is good, but I wish that they could have had a little more panel lining going for them. Does that make any sense? I hope it does. We're going to finish off, by the way, the first part, the first half of our adventure, our endeavor here, before we get down to the bottom deck. Opening up the box again. Let's just do a quick tally, by the way, of the ones we have and the ones we don't have. We have Lord Strange. We have Lucy Curious. Did I ever really name her name in the video? I don't think I did. Lacey Curious. We have Salem Coffinback. Sadie. Constable Graves. Oh, and Automatopoulos. Promise myself I'm going to get that right by the end of this review. So he says. So there's a couple more. There's still a couple more that we have to get here. I would imagine these would also be available in comic book stores, specialty stores as well, if you're looking to pick up these for yourself. Maybe we have another Sadie. Whoop! Throw that over there. This side is sort of dedicated to the mask. This side is sort of dedicated to the opened up figures. And we have another Sadie. This reminds me of, was it House of a Thousand Corpses? Is it House of a Thousand Corpses? You can see how long it's been since I've seen that movie, where the guy's been turned into kind of a part fish. House of a Thousand Corpses, I think that's right. Rob Zombie. Not one of my favorite things to watch, believe you me. I just generally don't like Rob Zombie's movies. They're excessively violent for the sake of being violent. If you like Rob Zombie's movies, all the power to you, but it's not something I usually tend to sit down and want to watch. And now, apparently he's working on the Munsters. How disturbed is the Munsters going to be? You got Rob Zombie helming and directing things. It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. Speaking of interesting, just double check the accessories. Whoop! Throw that over there. I like this guy. This guy reminds me of that Scooby-Doo villain. His name, by the way, is Heavy Footer. I can believe that. Wearing this sized scuba gear, I could imagine it'd be quite heavy footing right there. Again, you've got the branding of the Kidrobot down below here. Yeah, I like this one. I even like the fact it's got the little, I don't know, wheel. Is that a wheel? That's a wheel. I'm going to go with that. Wheel on the top there. Valve. Valve wheel. Who cares? Somebody's like, who cares? Who really cares? I care. I like this. I like the fact that they put little reflections on both sides. Heavy Footer, one of my favorites so far. So far. Let's open up the next box, which again, I don't know. Seems like it's got some weight going for it. And once again, we open up the flap to the top here, discarding. I'm going to have to really totally come back and clean this mess all up. It's everywhere. At one point, I had an imaginary maid. I probably should have held on to her because, you know, cleaning up this mess sometimes can get a little out of hand. Every time these videos are usually wrapped up, I look up. I see producer Tony sitting up there in his top room. He likes to consider his kingdom, but I'm refused to calling it a kingdom. And I always hope that he's going to come and give me that sign, you know, that sign, like he's going to come downstairs. He's going to be like, oh, you want me to come downstairs and help you? Oh, okay, I'll come down. He doesn't do that. I look up and he's usually like eating like a spaghetti sandwich. Who's eating spaghetti? Producer Tony's eating spaghetti sandwiches. Another Heavy Footer, by the way. Oh, I didn't even realize this. There's a meter here on the back. I guess pressure. Under pressure. Aren't we all under pressure? Heavy Footer. I can relate. When you got to deal with this guy up here, believe you me, I can certainly understand a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. Gonna open up the next box. The colorings on these boxes, by the way, are so vibrant. I love this outlining in the black here with the red and the blue. That's fantastic. Part of me almost even wants to hold on to this box. I'm going to see if maybe I can hold on to this box. I sometimes do that with the Kidrobot stuff we've opened up before. I hold on to the box, I put it on a shelf, and I think, you know, I'm going to keep this for a while, and then usually I just look at it after a while, and I'm thinking to myself, why am I keeping this? And then I look at the other people that live in this house, and they're not saying it, you know, but they're making that face like, why are you keeping this crap? And then I look at them, I don't say anything, I make the face like, I love this stuff. And then they equally make a face back like, no, seriously, why are you keeping all this crap? They don't really know. We know. They don't really know. We got ourselves another Heavy Footer. He was 3. Wow, 3 of 24. That's a lot of Heavy Footers inside the case. And again, we've got now all 3 of them. We can check those off as having gotten all 3 of the 24 listed on the box. Down you go, Heavy Footer. We'll just put you over here. I don't know which side is getting, well, I was going to say which side is getting more cluttered. Clearly, it's this side over here. There's so much more garbage, debris. This looks like somebody who's wanting to at least collect stuff. This side looks like somebody has just given up. Just throwing their crap down. Always make sure, of course, you're cleaning your garbage up after you're done. I'm always good, I feel, that after these reviews happen, I always pack things up. I put all the recycling, all the garbage into the garbage. I put away all the boxes. I like to try to tidy up the workshop as I'm going along. But then when I get to things like this, I mean, if I'm opening up 24 of these bad boys, these boxes here, then yes, the clutter is going to fill up a little bit more faster. Oh, look at this guy. Just throw that over there. His name, again referencing to the box, is Fugu. Fugu. He kind of looks like a blowfish, doesn't he? I also like, really, that they're outlined in blue. It adds to a little more of the intrigue to them. While it may not be someone I'd recognize in a Scooby-Doo cartoon, unlike Heavy Footer, by the way, just to give you a scale comparison, Fugu is definitely bigger, a lot bigger of a head as well. I don't know if I've got like a little bit of paint on there or something. Again, I don't think they have any articulation. I'm just looking at their arms, nothing. Oh, wait a minute, the head actually moves. And does this move, or did I just press this down by mistake? I think I squished it by mistake. The head seems to move slightly. Not much, though. Fugu looks like somebody I would recognize in a SpongeBob SquarePants TV show, like an episode of SpongeBob. Maybe, no, maybe. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks that. I'm going to grab the next box, and I think after this, after it's all said and done, and after this video is done for the day, I'm going to go get myself some medicine. Dealing with a bit of a cold. Again, it just crept up on me. I don't know where it came from. I wish you could kind of know when a cold's coming, like you could see it hiding behind a bush, like Michael Myers hides behind that bush. He's fooling nobody. Annie already saw him. Lori, dear, he wants to talk to you. He wants to ask you out. Annie had no idea. That guy's a psychopath. The next one we have is a Seahorse. And again, bringing the box back in here, this is Skipper. Skipper, he looks like a skipper, doesn't he? His name also looks like it could be... But Skipper, I think, sounds a little bit better. It's easier to work, at least on a license plate, if you're going to get like a driver's license. Not a license plate, driver's license. Skipper is a little easier to fill in that spot. You only have so many characters. And then again, somebody's always going to have to ask you afterwards, I'm sorry, how do you pronounce your name? Is it... And he's going to say, no, no, no. That's how I pronounce my name. Can I just call you Skipper? Yes, you can call me Skipper. He looks like he would work along with this guy. I'm not just saying that they're both because they're both red, but it looks like they probably would be working together. Have quite the adventures, I would imagine, the two of these guys do. And just like that, by the way, we're halfway in. We're making progress. Granted, yes, most of it is really just my work, but I'd like to think that we're all doing this together as a team. You, me, and the other 7 people here. Everybody enjoying their brisk iced tea, by the way. And we'll open up the... I don't want to say the final bag, because we're still a long way from home. If I was Sebastian, I wouldn't be eating my sandwich so quickly yet. Wait, no. We still have a long way to go. Don't eat that sandwich all the way, Sebastian. You got to space that out. Spread it out. You're going to need that peanut butter PB&J sandwich just a little bit later. I didn't even notice this guy's got a tattoo. I've spent so much time talking about other things. Should have actually been paying more attention to the actual collectibles. That's nice. I like that. Put them right over here. And of course, when we finish wrapping up things, and we've opened up the remaining 6 of these, I'm of course going to give you guys my top 3 favorites. And maybe while I'm doing that, you guys can maybe also let me know down below in the comments section. Oh, great, he's asking something else for us to do. How many things can we give you? You keep asking us questions. Stop asking us questions. I want to engage. I want to make sure that you guys are in on this, so that we're all kind of having fun together. It's not just me. It's not just the guy behind the camera. I like to think that we're all having, I like to think that we're all having fun. I am quite smitten by this one. I'm looking on the back here. Oh, this is Commodore Skullington. You know what it was? The way they've outlined his helmet, it looked like it would have been... It actually kind of looks like he's a lamp. And then you would just put the lamp shade over top of that. That's the light bulb, right? When in actual fact, what it is, he's got a slimy dome. How about that? The slimy dome is squishy. Can you take it off? I think you can. There we go. And we've got a little fellow underneath here. I don't think he has any posability. He's got arms. At least he can move his arms. Don't think he can move his head, though. And it looks like he also can glow in the dark, too. This, you know what? I already started to make my list my top 3 favorites. I'm sort of glad that I stopped and opened this guy up first. I suspect he's going to probably be making at least my top 3. We have ourselves now 5 boxes left to go. And thank you, by the way, everybody who's taken the time to sit down, sit a spell, and enjoy the show and watch me open up all these things. Your participation and viewership is always greatly appreciated. The next one we have, another copy. Throw that over there. Just a pile of disaster. It's just disaster over there. Got another one of these guys. And Commodore Skullington. Great names, by the way. Great names on all of these. Skullington. Again, we spin it around. It looks like his head, he's got the dome that almost looks like it's made out of jello. I would probably not suggest licking this or putting this in your mouth. And then we're going to grab the last 4 here. Not all together, mind you. That would be a little out of hand. But at least I'm going to do one at a time. And we're going to get down to the wire, as they say, and finish up the last of these unboxings. Again, I'm going to have to clean that all up when it's all said and done. Unless producer Tony would like to help me. He's still eating his sandwich. How do you still eat a sandwich this whole time? Wait, I'm looking at it. Oh, it's a different sandwich. It wasn't the same one I saw him eating earlier. He's grabbed himself another one. I don't know how many sandwiches this man can polish off. But we have another skipper. Did I pronounce that right? Skipper. Okay, we'll stick with skipper. We got 3 more to go if I can actually reach them. Here's one of the 3. Again, Red's been a big help in all of this. Big helping hand. Even though she doesn't really have hands. I'm going to open up the next box. I thought I cut the tape well enough, but apparently not. There we go. And put that to the side as well. I'm going to have to spend at least an hour or so to probably clean up after all this mess I've made. And the next one we have... Oh, I just dropped his accessory. At least I dropped it in a place where I was able to find it. And this one here is Jonah Tempest. Just quickly looked at the side of the box there. It didn't just pop in my head. I did cheat. I look at the side of the box. This one comes with a smoking pipe. I've never had a smoking pipe. To be fair, I've never really smoked either. Does this fit into his... Whereabouts does... Oh, it's supposed to go... Oh, okay, there's a hole right there. Yeah, like I couldn't see it. It's literally right there. Get the pipe right in there. Wedge it into that little tiny hole. He's a man, I think, that has stories. Both when he was alive and now, of course, while he's dead. He's got stories to tell, and I'm willing to sit a spell, pull up one of those old, decrepit-looking crates, you know, that are by the harbor pier. Pull up a crate, sit a spell, and he's going to tell me a few spells or so. Does he actually have articulation? He does have the head. Doesn't have anything in the arms. In fact, the arms are molded to his body. I wonder why they wouldn't have just made those as separate arms. I'm not Kidrobot. I can't answer that question. But we're going to go ahead, open the second last box. I don't want to make the assumption that we've had fun, but I mean, I've had fun. If that's you know, if that means anything. I've had a blast doing this. I always like opening up these blind boxes. I don't do these nearly enough, I know, here on this channel, but it's certainly something I'd like to do during the month of Spottober. Another skipper. I just salute everybody. I open up my doors sometimes in the afternoon, walk out of my house, and literally the first person that walks down the street, I just salute them. They sort of look at me like I'm weird. I am weird, but I do like to salute people. If that's a crime, saluting people, then arrest me. Arrest me for the charge of saluting. And as we've certainly wrapped up things, you'll also notice too, unfortunately, the back flap here has ripped off from the back of the box. There we go. Just make things a little bit more presentable. Cleaning up the place. Somebody's going to ask me if I have company coming over. That's always the thing I would say to my mother. Oh, company's coming over? Because she would be vacuuming or cleaning up the house. Oh, company's coming over. Funny enough, company was always coming over when the house was clean like that. Clean and spotless, somebody was coming over. That's usually the way it was. And the last one we have is, once again, a Jonah Tempest, who comes in course included with his pipe, which we'll just keep in the packaging for the time being. Okay. Now that we've finished off things, hopefully you guys have had a blast doing this. I have certainly had a blast having a look at these. We're going to try my best to pick my top 3 favorites. And I have to say, I'm having a tough time, to be all honest. I can tell you some of my personal favorites. Okay, you know what? We're going to try to do this in a proper order. For my top 3 favorites, runner-up, I really thought he was actually going to be making the top 3, but runner-up, I'm going to go and give it to Heavy Footer. I really like the design of this one. And you think to yourself, well, wait a minute. If he's already said that this is a runner-up, what could possibly be the top 3? My top 3 favorite, thank you for asking and reading the script. My top 3 favorite are Commodore Skullington. I love the look of this guy. This kind of slimy-looking helmet he's got on here. Number 2 favorite, I'm going to give it to Jonah Tempest. With or without the pipe, it's still a nice-looking figure. And, you know, honestly, I think my favorite is going to have to be the one I started with. I'm going to go with the first one, my very first one, being Constable Graves. I'm not just saying that either because it was the first one I saluted, but I'll still salute him nonetheless. I really like this one. He could use, yes, a lot of additional panel lining to his face just to bring out some of the details, but I think this is going to be my favorite from the ones that we've had a look at. What are your top 3 favorites? Let me know down below in the comments section. Again, for this spookerific review, I'm going to have spend a little bit of time cleaning this all up. Boy, there's a mess all over the place. It's all over the floor, too. Usually I'm containing it on the actual studio backdrop, but this time around, it's all over the floor, too. I'm going to have to go in there and clean it up. But if you guys, certainly, oh, by the way, today we were having a look at the Kidrobot Dark Harbor vinyl minifigure series. Now we can resume with the rest of what I was going to say. If you guys are enjoying this video, if you have enjoyed this video, how about throw it a like? If you guys are also new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, turn the bell notification on, and make sure, yes, you're keeping your peepers peeled because there will be, in fact, more spookerific reviews lined up and coming your way during the month of Spottober. Somebody's quickly now looking at their calendar, seeing if there is a Spottober. No, he's mentioning it to his parents. Oh, this is awkward. Oh, they're telling him there's no such month as Spottober. No, there isn't. We just made it up here on this channel because it's a review spot. October. I just combined the two. It's Spottober. He's still asking his parents. But certainly keep your peepers peeled because there will be, in fact, more videos lined up and coming your way during the month of October. The actual month that's listed on your calendar. So as always, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.